Do you keep your faith?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of faith?
I had to go find it again. After the Blaze of Glory record, it was 5 albums in a row, 4 tours in a row. Like the Blaze record was like withdrawals to me. It was a case of winding down, getting away from 1983 till 90, I lived on the road. The only time I'd get some sleep would be in a dressing room like this. The only time I'd eat, like I said, is on the plane. You lived like this. This is it. And if you're sick, too bad. You got to go to work. And if you're, you miss home, too bad. You're going to be in London for Christmas. I finally said, enough. And then couldn't just quit cold turkey. So I did the Blaze of Glory record. And then I said, no tour. But I went on the road with a guy named Southside Johnny, who I told you about, who was just like, plays like bars. And I just was the guitar player, stood in the back, but I got to go on the road again. Went out for a month, and step by step walked away from this. Because I had to figure out if I still loved what I used to love. Or if I even still liked what I used to love, which was getting out there and singing, writing songs, making people happy. Because for a long time, I didn't love it. I wanted nothing less. I didn't want to get out there. I didn't want to write a record. I didn't want to say anything. I got disillusioned with a lot of what was going on out there, and then I wrote songs.
Why this kind of reaction? Why?
It became a machine.
Tired? Oh, I see.
It became a machine. I mean, we were playing in places, this place in particular, we sold this joint out 3 or 4 nights in a row, and the roof here opens up. Nobody knows that, because nobody can ever even do it. No one can sell enough tickets to pay to open the roof up. Just on a whim. That's the kind of stuff I would do. Open the roof, boom, and it would happen. Another #1 record, boom, sold out, boom, 3, 4, 5 nights, anywhere, boom,
power.
Boom, boom.
You feel the power.
Didn't feel the power, but more importantly, didn't enjoy the power. Went through it with blinders on. Every time that I wanted to, take a step back, you looked at it and go, maybe it's going to be over tomorrow. I better not admit that I'm in, that we're happening here. And then when I finally realized, and it took time, you gotta grow up and do it, is that, look, it ain't about that. When we came to Brazil for the first time.
How was it?
The audiences were great. We were ridiculously burned out. We had no idea what we were doing.
Why?
Too many years on the road without getting off the road. We were playing the Hollywood Rock and all that kind of stuff. When we played, I think the festivals were on weekends. So you were supposed to stay and enjoy the sun in Rio for a week. You know what I did? Played the show, got on a plane back to New York, came down the next weekend. I couldn't even stand to sit there in the sun. I was just like a basket case. All I did was reach for a bottle every day, drink it, get hungover, wake up the next day, play the show.
Bottle of what? Whiskey?
Whatever. That's where it was, I mean, because you just had to forget about the other 22 hours of the day. I remember playing the Hollywood Festival and Alec falling down on stage a couple times. Just so burned, so exhausted, so high. He had to go and dry out, Tico had to go and dry out. We all had to go and dry out. We just needed to get away from this. And to see if we still liked what we used to love.